Hey, Joseph Budden, bruh. I don't know what's happening, bruh. Bruh. Mm, 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 mm. What the frig is going on? Hey, what's happening, man? You know it's K.A. K so good he sleep with cut up Patron on the fucking tongue. We back in here, we get to talk about this shit real quick. Between the Joe Budden and the Rory fiasco and all this stuff, and now Olivia Dope has thrown her hat in the ring to tell us about her experiences on See, here's the thing. I think that's what the podcast is called. Let me just double check real quick. Sorry. By the way, hello, my name is K.A. How are you on this fabulous day? Still unemployed, still broke as a bitch, and I'm trying to come up in this shit. So, hey, you got some time and you respect a nigga being on his grind and about his time, throw your boy a like and subscribe, please. Help a boy, girl. We all trying to come up, make some dollars, so you might as well just support a motherfucker running this marathon, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, long spiel aside, let's get into it. Now, before I get into it, hold on. I just need to remember what the podcast is called. I forgot what it was called. I think it's See Here the Thing Is, right? See. Let me just type in Joe Budden podcast, yeah, because it's there. Fuck it. I was gonna type it in and look for it, but fuck it. Who cares? Give me his fucking channel. What is it? Joe Budden TV, I think. Is it Joe Budden TV? I think it's like Joe Budden TV or something. Yeah, because I'm trying to look for it because I don't. Yeah, see the thing is okay. Yes. Okay, that is it. Oh wow, this podcast is trending right now. So basically, we're here to talk about Olivia Dope. Now, if you don't know, Joseph Budden, yes, I know most of the attention has been on the Joe Budden podcast, the JBP, because he fired Rory and all this stuff has happened, and Rory and Mal have responded in their podcast form. I'll name this response later. They have responded to the claims and accusations Joe has made on, like, not the recent, not episode 437 of the podcast. He has replied to those claims. You know, first they kind of replied on social media, and then they had a whole podcast breaking down exactly what happened. I don't know what's going on with it now. I will say this: like, Parks, I fucked you, but I don't know where the fuck Rory and Mal was. That place was nice as a. It was nice, bro. It was nice as a. I was like, damn, this place nice as a bitch. Where you get this shit at? Anyways, plus they made niggas pay $2 to that. I was a slap in the fucking face. I respected it, you know what I'm saying? I had to hold it down on time. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't want to pay it, but you know, hey, I paid, I held it down. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, they exposed their truth, they told their stuff, and we kind of looking at Joe like, what the fuck? Now, again, if it is true, their shit is a percentage-based contract, it is not on salary, Joe, you kind of did them wrong. If they just wanted to see what the fuck the podcast was making, just the podcast, you should have showed them. If, now I don't know 100%, but if, now again, if they are percentage-based, yeah, they deserve to know some things. They're not a salary. Like, when you go to work at fucking, like, what's that bullshit called? Like, whatever, your part-time job, your minimum wage, all that shit. That's basically a salary. They tell you, yo, we pay you this much. This is your wage, right? So you cool. You can't really have no hiccups. As long as they're not docking you and they pay you the exact wage that was agreed on when you started working at this location, no problems. But with this, right? If it is percentage based, then yeah, there has to be some bookkeeping or account. Like, niggas have to know what the fuck is being made to get paid properly and accordingly. Now you could say maybe Joe was getting a lot of money and it was like, what the fuck? You could say that. Who fucking knows? I wasn't in the room. But anyways, that's all that started this whole debacle and beef. And now I wake up today and Olivia Dope has something to say. So now I'm here to break that issue down. Now, if you don't know, Olivia Dope was part of The Thing Is podcast with Bridget, Kelly, and a girl named Mandy. They was doing their thing, or Amanda. I don't know your name, sorry, I forgot. But anyways, they was doing their thing, that was really cool, whatever, what happened. So I guess episode 16, Joe Budden came and they was talking to Ish. And then she was uncomfortable. Now, a lot of people have talked about it, right? Saying, oh, the reason she left, she was uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. I have seen clips from that episode precisely. She was uncomfortable. A lot of shit was going on. And she left because she's just like, fuck, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like how the fuck this shit is going. It is what it is. So, it was what it was. Now today she has come out in video form. I don't know if this is new or everything, but I see a lot of people posting this shit up newly. She has finally come out to speak her piece. And ain't that a bitch that Joe is going through all this bullshit with Rory and Mal? We trying to find out who is 100% factual, which side is wrong in this facet, and which side is right in whatever other facet. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to deliberate that. I will say this, Joe, you cannot fire a nigga over text message or tell a nigga to stay home over text message. Or fire a nigga on podcast. I don't know if you had a conversation with him before. You said it on the podcast, but still, that's foul, my nigga. Nah, you can't be doing this shit. But anyways, Olivia comes out and she says her piece, saying how, oh, she was uncomfortable, everything was cool. And then you came on the podcast, I think it was what, episode 16? Hold on, if I'm about correct. I don't know if I'm correct or not. Yeah, see, the thing is, episode 16, the list is closed, and we see Joseph Budden. And she was just breaking down a lot of stuff that was happening, saying what he came on, and she did not appreciate some of the things that's happening. Now, this is the thing. As a dude, right, you know, you're going to have some jokes you can say around the fellas, and y'all joking, whatever, you ha and you kikiing. But with a chick, you can't really do that. Now, again, maybe because he might know Bridget more, and he might know Mandy more, you kind of are not, like, you don't know him like that. He come through, he making some jokes like, yo, low key, I want to smash Olivia. Oh, Olivia, you be looking good. You be dressing sexy, you know. Y'all other two, y'all trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't be looking as good as Olivia, bro. And then, like, it's just weird. Like, not weird, but it's like, we all know Joe Budden makes some appropriate jokes. If you listen to the Joe Budden podcast, he be wilding a little bit. Let's keep it a buck, right? So I am not surprised by that behavior. We see him do it with, what's that? The girl that came on the podcast, right? I forgot her fucking name. She's like a fitness type of girl, too. She be doing, I forgot her fucking name. But her. Just imagine like an attractive WWE wrestler, like good body and shit. Like fucking. Imagine Bianca Belair, if you don't know, if you know who that is. If you don't know, go search her out. Very attractive woman. But anyways, they was there with the chick, right? And he does that. He plays around like, oh, she cute or whatever. Like, yo, if I would, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He plays around like that. But that's Joe. If you watch the Joe Budden podcast, you're used to that. But maybe that's the boss. You work for him. You can't do that shit, right? So him coming making like these inappropriate jokes, maybe to her, she's like, what the fuck? But maybe Bridget been around Joe, like, I know how this nigga is. He like this. Mandy been around Joe, I know how this nigga is. He like this. So they just say, man, whatever. You just talking your bullshit, right? But to her, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Not everybody's going to take everything you say in the same manner. And that's just life in general, right? Especially if you don't have a proper rapport. Because even Joe said, like, yo, we don't really talk as much. We ain't really that cool. So if you don't have a proper rapport with the girl and you're doing that and you're doing a little bit too much, yeah, she gonna look at you like, nigga, what the fuck? I'm uncomfortable. What the fuck you talking about? But compared to, like, these other motherfuckers, they cool. So it is what it is. But anyways, I like life. But yeah, so she's just breaking down her situation, how she was vastly uncomfortable. Certain things that was be saying. Basically, she hugged him and she started grinding on her. He was doing pelvic thrusts, which I was just like, Joe, what the fuck are you doing? But anyways, yeah, she was just like, she was very uncomfortable. And then it got to a point where she stated in the video, if I find some ish or somebody that posted the video, I'll probably put it in the link in the description. But she got to a point where she was talking and she was like, oh, he was going around and bigging up everybody. So he started with Mandy, then he went to Bridget, then he came to me, and she's like, Olivia is unique because the fans love her, and I want to smash her. And yeah, it's like, you doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Now, probably Joe trying to be funny, trying to play up some shit. You know how Joe is. Joe a motherfucker. Joe dumb as a motherfucker. He be doing some dumb ass shit. Let's keep it book. If you know podcast Joe and certain topics he get into, this is not a surprise, right? But you can't do that with everybody, especially if you don't have a rapport with this girl yet. You can't just talk to her any which way. You got to make her feel comfortable. And you might have to set some boundaries. You don't know her like that compared to Bridget and maybe the Mandy girl. Again, I've seen Bridget on your the Joe Budden podcast before, so I know you've been knew her, or that's Rory's friend, I don't fucking know. And I know, like, probably you've been new Mandy a little bit. Compared to Olivia, she's probably the newest one you don't really know like that. So it is what it is. And it depends. Like, maybe he knows you're single. At the same time, he knows you're single, so he can play with you like that. I don't know if Kelly got a situation or Mandy got a situation that he can't really talk to them like that. And maybe you the single one, so he just playing off you a little bit more. Or maybe he's trying to just be jovial so y'all two could have a rapport. So who fucking knows about that? You know, and then like she plays something from the podcast where he's making a joke about the Rick Ross thing. I did watch that podcast, how Rick Ross, like, he doesn't want to hire girls because he's going to try to smash them all. Which, first of all, I ain't gonna lie, the way they joked about it on the podcast was hilarious. I didn't know it was like talking about the Olivia situation. I just heard she left. I was like, oh wow, I like her, but okay. And yeah, it's just crazy. Like, you can't really tell her not to be offended, right? I'm not gonna say Joe sexually assaulted her. Well, verbally, I don't know. I really don't know. In retrospect, should have he joked with her like that without having a rapport or understanding? No, he shouldn't have did that. And if she felt that way, maybe you should have checked up on her a little bit more, been like, yo, and you should have stopped. You should have chilled, like, yo, you know what? This didn't come off as well. She not feeling it. Yo, let me chill with them type of jokes I be doing. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. It's just a bad week for Joe, bro. It's been a bad. Everybody, bro, it is what it is. Now, remember when Academics was like, he's talking about, he had an old Twitch stream and how he interacts with Nadeska. Now, I feel like Nadeska is that nigga brother, sister, but that's a different story for a different day. But he would be like, yeah, well, we talking our bullshit on Twitch. Like, as guys, we talking our bullshit, and we kind of, not like objectifying women, but we like, yo, she bad as a motherfucker, or like, yo, Streety a hoe, she be doing all this bullshit. I believe K.A.Vuitton all this shit. You know, this shorty is a hoe, da-da-da, or he be going down like Bad Baby or whatever he be doing. He's like, I'm not going to invite Nadeska to this, because it's like, no. Well, if we just kicking it and we just shooting the breeze, yeah, we can invite Nadeska. But when I'm on my bullshit and I'm slandering or objectifying or saying some stupid shit about women, I'm not going to bring her, no. I'm not going to say, like, I want to smash the shit out of such and such while Nadeska here, because it's like, what the fuck? It is what it is. Now, it depends. You can have them type of conversation with girls who know what it is with you, and y'all are cool, y'all have a rapport or whatever. But again, like I said, if y'all don't have that type of understanding or rapport or jovial behavior between y'all two, then it ain't gonna work out like it gonna work out. But hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. And I ain't mad at it to say it. Hey, Olivia, I wish you the best. I enjoyed you on the show. You were my favorite. As long as you good, hey, it is what it is. Joe, figure your shit out at the end of the day. Because first of all, we have the Rory shit. We have you coming out. Charlamagne and Andrew Schultz been hating on you niggas. And then we got fucking Kevin Hart coming out saying his bullshit. And now Olivia's talking. So Joe, it's just coming like, yo, just niggas just want you to fail at all angles. And they just coming down and down and down on you at the end of the day. So you gotta figure your shit out. At the end of the day, Joe, you could make a new podcast. They ain't gonna be the same without Rory and Mal. Hey, see, the thing is, they still doing their thing, but still, when Olivia left, I was like, what the fuck? So hey, it is what it is, bruh. Joe, this a bad week for your ass. This a bad week. I don't know what the fuck you got, nigga. This a bad week. All I gotta say, I think the podcast that came out Saturday, they didn't know that Rory and Mal were gonna respond. So this Wednesday podcast, boy, I'm tuned. My ears is up. Who knew I would spend so much time chronicling the hard times of the Joe Budden podcast? It's fucking stupid and crazy. The Joe Budden Network. Ridiculous. But anyways, I've said my piece. Probably the only video for today, because there ain't shit happening today, to my knowledge. But anyways, I'm done talking my ish. And hey, if you fuck with it, like I said, subscribe and like real quick. Help your boy. I help your boy grow. You know it's K.A. I stay with the little dirty K. You know what I'm talking about. And you know I let it spray. You know Kodak be feeling me. He dropped the Dirty K song on the album. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm off of this shit real quick. You know what it is. Check the description for all my shit and all my fleas. You heard me? Anyways, I'm out. Shlime Zoom. Peace, y'all. Gang. Aye.